Here we go. Jack, honored to have you back again this year. Good to see you. How are you?
Thanks, I'm fine. Good.
A lot has happened in the world in the last 12 months since we saw you here last time. How have you kind of been able to handle the strangeness of the summer?
Been at home. You know, I think like most people have. I got played, had a few events early in the first February, and then I got COVID in March. And, Barb and I both got it, and we were done with it in about a month. And she had no symptoms whatsoever, and I had a sore throat and a little bit of a cough, and but fortunately I got rid of it.
Felt fine since then, huh?
Oh yeah, it was done by the middle of March and middle of April, and to a lot of people's chagrin, I suppose, hydroxychloroquine knocked it right out of me.
All right, well, there you go. Testimonial. Talking about where we're at now, let's talk about football for a second here. Would you like to see your Buckeyes playing right now? Should the Big Ten be playing? Well,
I don't know why they're not. I think it's kind of silly, but I think it's very political, and I think it's a shame because he's got these kids that want to play, and they've got the opportunity to. I mean, at Ohio State particularly, and most of the Big Ten schools, those kids go and play professional football. This is their audition, and all other sports are figuring out how to play in a bubble, and they're doing their classes remotely anyway. And the SEC, ACC, and Big 12, I think they're figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why the Big 10 couldn't figure it out.
Maybe they'll get it figured out here in the next.
Well, they better hurry.
Yeah. All right, we have fans here this weekend. First time since March that a PGA Tour event has had any fans. What are your thoughts on having a crowd here?
People seem to be enjoying it. I wish your weather would have been a little bit better yesterday, so you could have started out the season with fans with a few more people.
Yeah. We're used to it. It'll change in an hour.
It'll change.
So
That's right. I understand.
But as you said, your tournament got delayed, but it got played, the Memorial. But since the tour has been back, the play's been fantastic, hasn't it?
Yeah, actually, the guys have been playing very well. I guess they play better without crowds.
Yeah, some of them I think do. All right, and then we still got the U.S. Open coming up. We've got the Masters coming up in November. It's good that those got rescheduled and got played.
Strange, yeah.
All right. Is there enough star power on the PGA Tour now? Everybody worries about
star power?
Yes.
On the PGA Tour?
Exactly. John Rahm, who won your tournament. There's plenty of star power out there, isn't
the PGA Tour has got more than it's ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got some great young players, and there's some great, guys that have been there for a few years. I mean, Dustin's been there for a while. He's playing reasonably well. John Rahm is a good young player, but he's a really good one, and Justin Thomas, and of course Roy's been there now for a while, but he's good, and Ricky Fowler, and Jordan Spieth's having a bit of a siesta right now, but he'll be back. He's too good a player, too good a kid not to have that happen. Champions Tour, they're adding Ernie Els this year. You're adding Mickelson this year, Mike Weir this year, Jim Furyk this year.
Yeah.
A lot of really good players. They really add to the star power of the Champions Tour, and there's a lot of good players out there.
Yeah, we've embraced this certainly here in year 3 here in Sioux Falls. And your son Gary's playing again. You saw him play yesterday. You said.
Yeah, Gary's he doesn't get to play enough.
Yeah.
He's not an exempt player, so he gets in when he can. He's played one tournament this year. This is his second tournament. He hadn't played for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And when you don't play for 6 weeks, what do? You just can't be sharp.
Are you like any other parent in the world that when you're watching him, even though he's 51, I think, you kind of live and die by what he's doing out there?
Of course you do. I got 5 kids. I got 22 grandkids, and I watch all my grandkids do everything, and I live and die by what they do, as well as my kids.
All right, the rain is not ideal, obviously, as you saw here yesterday, and even with the wet course, how does that affect play for these guys the most? The scores yesterday were pretty good.
Well, wet golf courses are easy golf courses. Yesterday, I think the only thing that was bad yesterday for the guys, it was cold.
Yeah.
But when a golf course is wet, that's when it's vulnerable to scoring.
All right, and you tee off here soon, right out here, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, well, about another, a little over an hour.
In your match, Andy, what's the setup? You and Andy against Hale and Tony, and
Yeah,
are
Andy
there
and
side bets going on? What's the
Andy
deal?
and I played about 7 number holes this year, and, and Tony said he hadn't touched the club forever. And Hale plays a little bit, but you know, I would say they're the favorites. But we'll give them a run for their money.
All right, looking forward to seeing you out
Tom.
there. Appreciate it. Thank you very
My
much.
pleasure.